Hi everyone, welcome to the United Untied podcast. To my right I have
Sidesh.
and to my left we have
Moving.
and my name is Joel. And since our last podcast, quite a number of things have happened. Here's a quick recap. Since our last podcast, United has played against Rangers. We won 2-1. We won Fulham after that 1-0, and then it was the Europa League which we won FCSB 2-0. Unfortunately, the game after that was Crystal Palace 2-0 loss, and then Leicester with the 2-1 win after, and last but not least, the most recent game, Spurs 1-0 loss. How are you guys feeling?
Are we allowed to swear?
Yeah, sure. I mean, apologies in advance, guys, but
I think the game was fucking shit, man.
This is where you go on like angry rant. There is no passion, there is no good.
Realistically, this podcast could be just three of us cursing to the mic.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
But honest feelings about things, like how since the last run of form.
Honestly, I think there was a stat, right? We were saying that in the past 9 games they won 6, right? So honestly, like I said, the wins just felt like losses. That's why the whole run just feels very negative, like even wins against like Leicester or FCSB.
Yeah,
I have no idea what
that's what's all, but like, the one that we beat Fulham was the one that Lisandro scored, right? The one that he took that long range that deflected and went to the top corner.
Yes,
won,
yes,
right?
correct.
1-0. To be really honest, like, it doesn't feel like we've won 6 of 9 games, and even the games that we won, to be fair, we've not really faced up with any formidable opponents, if you really ask me.
To be honest, I think of all the 6 wins, the most memorable will probably be the Arsenal one.
Oh yeah.
Because I guess that's the only game that we played that was actually entertaining.
Yeah.
And the other wins is just like, okay, that's it. Even the Leicester, the 2-1 win, I think it was wasn't even that convincing.
Yeah,
and it took an offside goal to even win the game.
Precisely, yeah. So that was because there was no VAR as well, right? If VAR was there, then we probably would have not got that win as well. So, that's really that. And speaking of that, I think that goal, right, Maguire's goal, right, the one that was offside. So it's the standard, it was in-swinger free kick, and then I already saw at the start that 3 of them standing offside already. And I was like, why is this happening? Like, these feel like very rookie things that I don't see other teams having this issue, And the other thing that really annoys me, at least I've been noticing a lot more, ever since Son scored a corner, right, against us. Every team, right, when it comes to a corner, the freaking guy will try to go for goal, right? They'll just crowd the keeper and they'll just try to put it as close to goal.
Son actually tried again.
He tried again. I was watching the game. He tried. Then he had a cheeky laugh after he tried. This time it didn't work.
But I don't blame them though. It has been proven to work.
Yeah, correct.
Annoyingly.
But it's so frustrating, right? For a team at this level, it's like a joke. It really feels like we are a joke now.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say that. We are not used to having tough times as United fans. So I guess this is one more of those times. I don't know how many more we have to endure, but I think looking at the whole list of recent fixtures, the one that really was the most disappointing to me was Crystal Palace, the 2-0 loss against Crystal Palace. I think the reason why it felt so bad was because it didn't, when I was watching the game, we were not dominating the game in total, but I think there were periods of time where it really felt like we had opportunities, we really build up quite nicely, but we just didn't have anybody who finished anything off. We didn't have a proper striker, which I felt like it was a slap on our face because Mateta did exactly that one thing. Crystal Palace. Okay, after Eze came on, it was a different story because I think United couldn't keep up with him. He was really good, but up till that point, right, it was a classic case of Crystal Palace just one chance, one goal kind of thing. And this guy was just there and just finishing. It's what we need. It doesn't feel like we need to spend 80-90 million for a solution. We just need someone who is a proper striker, which we still don't seem to have. But on that note, I wanted to segue into a question and ask y'all, what do y'all think about Rasmus Højlund as a striker, honestly speaking? I think there's been a lot of ups and downs in terms of his performances. And lately he has come under quite a bit of fire. And I saw this post which was actually quite fair, I felt. They compared strikers at that specific age. We talk like Gyökeres, right? They say we compare Gyökeres because that's who everybody compares him to at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Like at the start it was Haaland versus Højlund. Now nobody wants to talk about that because they are different leagues. But because Gyökeres was under Amorim, and then obviously there's a lot of talk that they might try to sign him in the window, right? They said that okay, when you look at Gyökeres, actually when he was Højlund's age, he was actually out on loan playing for clubs, wasn't really doing much, and then look at the numbers and the stats. But so the whole argument is like, let's not bash our striker lah. Like this guy has potential, quality to be good. And Gyökeres is 26, 27, I think.
27 already.
Højlund is what, 22? Is he even 22?
I think
He's
younger
low 20s, definitely younger than.
Yeah.
So like, what are your thoughts? Like, y'all think we should stick with him and see him through as the main striker, or does Man U need to get another striker to be the number one and then he can be the second one to develop under that?
Honestly, I feel like it's a bit unfair for him because right now we're just at a very poor form and we just need someone to put the ball in the net. And currently Højlund is not the one, definitely. And honestly, we would need an experienced striker right now. Like literally right now we need, and just bench Højlund and let him learn from whoever the experienced striker is. Because right now it's not fair for him, and it's not very good for his confidence in the long run, right? And
that's fair.
I mean, also doesn't help that the players are not finding him, to be honest.
I agree with him actually. I think there are a few factors. One, Manchester United is not doing good right now. So the first factor being what club you're at lah. I mean, Gyökeres, no matter where he was, okay, at the same age as like, I think it doesn't help in terms of Højlund that he's here at United right now and we're struggling every week with inconsistency. And so I think there's definitely added pressure for a youngster like that. So I think it's probably not easy for any player, but I think there are a number of factors. And unfortunately, because we're such a big club and we have, I think the fans are tired of the results that we're getting. We just want to turn over. Like what Ring said, I think it's just it's either step out or step out lah. I think unfortunately, if you wanna take the time to grow, sure. To be fair on him, he can grow elsewhere, be on loan elsewhere. But I think because you're at United and United are struggling and shit right now, people are giving him more shit to it. So I think it's a double-edged sword in my opinion.
Actually, I just thought of something. You see, both Højlund and Ahmad came from Atalanta.
Came from where?
Atalanta.
Yeah.
See, but Højlund immediately went to the United first team and he was expected to score goals, right? When Ahmad came, he was slowly introduced and then he was sent on loan. It was during those loan spells that built his confidence to play how he is right now.
Actually, it's a very good point. He had good experience because he was Rangers first, then Sunderland, right? Sunderland, which is like EFL, so it's like a good EFL. I feel like, of course, even though EFL the level may not be as
but there's
Premier League, but it is still physical in the sense that the stature of the players you play against in terms of the size and their build is all there.
Because don't forget, even though he's playing in the Championship, right? There are still games like the FA Cup or the League Cup. He will I'm not sure but I think he has played against those Premier League teams and those are the games that he will know what's his level.
Right. No, and I feel like one thing's for sure like I don't see the EFL as like a complete division away from the Premier League, to be very honest. Like I've watched some of the FA Cup games, I see the way the EFL teams play, especially Div 1. Like they're actually pretty damn good. And the standout performers in the Championship, right, they are usually Premier League ready. Like I think the one that I would want to reference is actually, Jet Spence, the one who plays for Spurs. If I don't remember correctly, I think Jet Spence was in the Championship last season. Or the season before he came to Spurs.
Oh damn. Okay.
I might be wrong, but from my best of memory, that's he was there. And like that's where I started getting traction. Like a lot of times, like this young guy coming in, and then Spurs got him. And like it took a while actually. When he first came into Spurs, right, he wasn't really performing that well. Also, like I think a lot of people are asking like, who is this guy? Like, is he going to do any good? But I think the last 2-3 games he has been really finding his feet, like. And against Man U, he was good, like.
He did that block against Højlund.
There was that block, and like in general, I felt his performance was good. And if I'm sure he got man of the match for that game. So like I mean, to be fair, like it was a 1-0 game. Spurs also didn't really do much else after that. So I feel like it's fair for a defender to get a man of the match, and he was very good, So I think it's a very fair point to say that. I think Ahmad's loan out of Man U really helped to build his confidence into like the player that he is today, for sure.
I guess it depends on it's different for every player. Some players excel better on loan and then they find their fitting after that. But some players do it here at United, which is great because that instantly pushes them to stardom. But I guess it's a double-edged sword. If it's either you do well and get the praise, if not, burn it. your confidence just will hit you,
Yeah.
like, especially as a youngster, you know what I mean, trying
Yeah,
to find
correct.
your footing
Correct.
where the club needs it the most lah.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, going back to the whole talk about Spurs in the most recent game and everything, I think in our most recent form, okay, in United's defense, I'm looking at stats now. We have won 3 out of our 5 last games.
Yeah.
On paper, that's technically
More than it's more than 50%.
yeah, more than 80% lah. And looking at our next few fixtures is actually against Everton, which
Okay.
is against David Moyes, and then Ipswich, and then FA Cup against Fulham.
Okay.
What are your thoughts and feelings towards our current form, and how do you think we can, I don't know, change things up moving forward?
How we do this game?
Yeah.
I think Ipswich should be fine.
Yeah.
But Everton, because actually their recent run with David Moyes has been quite good. So
good.
before David Moyes came, I think it should be easy. But right now, I think it may be difficult. I mean, they just drew with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Their most recent form for Everton is a win, lose, draw, win.
Wow.
Yeah. So they've only lost 1 game in their last 5 lah.
Yes, only lost 1 game. No, they've lost twice lah. So in terms of stats, they're a bit better.
Yeah.
And on the table, they are 14th.
They are one
United are 15th lah. So
Yeah.
I think you can easily name any team that's above us.
Yeah, I mean, there's a 14 out of 20 chance that you get a team up right. Both Men U,
A
because
few
there's
weeks
14
ago, I was
teams
just
available.
laughing at my friend that Spurs is below United.
Yeah, it's not a good time lah. It's really not a good time to be
Jokes on us.
basing our jokes based on where we stand in the table right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I agree with Irving lah. I think Everton is going to be the toughest game of the 3 fixtures. It's like a bounce back effect lah for them in a way, because my only hope is that, you know how the bounce back effect is when a new manager comes in and the team performs well, right?
Yeah.
But it probably lasts for like maybe few 4 games,
months,
4 5
yeah.
games ish, maybe before you start seeing some. My only hope is that the last game was the end of their effect, and we're gonna like benefit from the fact that Everton starts to taper off now. But given the fact that I'm telling you, one thing I noticed about Man U is whenever you face a former player, especially when it's a former goalkeeper, I realize the goalkeeper have the game of their life. Like Dean Henderson, Dubravka, all these keepers. Like every time I play against them, we just cannot score. They'll be damn good. I feel like the same thing when I play Everton with Moyes. Like we gave Moyes so much of stick for like being like a lousy replacement for Ferguson. Okay, to be fair, he was the first one, so really huge shoes to fill.
Pressure, man,
It was not an easy time. But it's honestly, to be very honest, I'm happy he went back to Everton, because I feel like he suits Everton. You know, like Everton's identity to me. I mean, obviously it's a huge club lah. Like let's not take anything away from that. But like from my own perspective, our own perspective, I think one of the first things I realized about Everton or image, when you tell me Everton, I would think David Moyes. David Moyes is like, to me, is like the one long-serving guy of Everton. It's always gonna be that.
Fellaini.
Yeah, Fellaini. Oh my God, Fellaini. Yeah. But
oh my gosh, yeah.
But Moyes, so for me, it's like, I think Everton is like now on a high, because Moyes is back and like.
I think the game is home to Everton. I think so.
Well, that should be easy for United. Because their home record is actually quite shit.
And to be honest, I don't think any game
Very
is easy
bad.
for United now. Like,
Very bad.
yeah, but no, and Everton has some really good players as well. Honestly, right now I'm watching them. Oh, really. What's his name? There's a winger. Everton, one of their wingers. Is it
Everton.
Yeah, the name slips me, but he's been scoring their past few games. I realize.
Winger left or right?
On the left side.
O'Brien?
Hold on, yeah. Let's take a look on this.
Oh, it's the one on the right, I think.
No, can you go down to the bench if you don't mind? Hopefully, is he injured right now? Not McNeil. NDI, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Yes.
This is in full.
And yeah, he's but he's injured, is it?
Yes, injuries. Oh, thank God.
Sorry, if Ndiaye is watching this, we don't mean any harm or like ill intent. We hope you get well soon.
We're just depressing.
Yeah, we're just trying to take any little win we can get lah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, that's a fixture situation. What has happened in
That should
from
be
our last
interesting.
episode. And
I think we'll keep predictions for the last
okay,
bit of the podcast.
sure.
But yeah, moving on in other outer worldly United things or news. Let's talk about transfers since the window just ended.
Sure.
The most recent headlines here, so at least within this current spell or season, is how Anthony is performing at Real Betis. Stats wise, he's currently 3 goals in 3 games. For context, in his entire United career thus far, he's only scored 12 goals. So that's already like a quarter now. Yeah, so that's not great.
I never doubted my goat.
Yeah, I mean he's clearly the goat one. Like it was like everybody thought you were joking, but I was not. I knew deep down, man.
But yeah, it's kind of annoying though. Like right, to find like these players moving out of United and then playing well.
Yeah.
It really feels like to United fans a slap in the face, because then we always thought he was a problem to the system, or like we didn't see him as a solution to the system for the least.
Yeah,
and
it kind of makes you kind of wonder whether the system is the problem, right?
Right. It makes me.
Parts of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are like non-Man U fans, they always like to joke, right? Like United destroys players and stuff, which I'm like don't give it that. You know, like I don't like to admit it, but in some ways it does seem to be like okay. Let's just look at like the most like recent people like who have really left United. Like if I look at it, okay, Anthony obviously is one. Let's not consider Ronaldo lah. Okay, Ronaldo for purposes like very obvious. Ronaldo, we should not bring him into this debate because we know he's a fantastic player. And age considered, some people say it's because he went to Saudi, he's having it easy or whatever. Let's keep that aside. But I'm just trying to think who else comes to mind.
Sancho.
McTominay.
You see?
Yeah.
McTominay is another one. Yeah, McTominay is
another
another example of a very good one. But it's even someone like Sancho, right? Let's be honest. Like, did Man U really destroy him? No lah. I wouldn't really say Man U destroyed him.
To be honest, I think he destroyed himself.
Yeah, I feel so too. Like, at one point, and like I say this, like I'm not sure if Irving knows lah, but at one point in time, Sancho was like my favorite player. Like every time I play football,
Got me Sancho behind.
No. I behind.
We moved in.
But like I really was so happy when Sancho was coming, and it's a shame because all the players who I really supported were the people who I thought would do very well. Like you know when Di Maria was there.
Yes, oh my gosh.
Di Maria, Alexis Sanchez. I know this one is a very contentious one,
the
but
past sevens.
I love Alexis Sanchez as a player. Like you know, and I looked up to all these guys. But Sancho was a classic case, and I was very upset when it didn't work out because I felt I really wanted it to. But like with what's going on with him in Chelsea right now, I feel like what you said is true. It looks like it's a him problem rather than it's an us problem. But Anthony, back to Anthony, of course you could say like maybe he's just the GOAT lah. But frankly speaking, I feel like he's in a league where his style of play is a bit more appreciated lah. I don't want to say that La Liga is it's a trash league or whatever, or it's like a farmers league. I won't use any of those words, but I think it's just a fact that certain styles of play are more appreciated with the technical outlook of football in that country. Like you look at even players like Neymar, right? Like this the last person who I felt was really ridiculously skillful, like silky in terms of dribbling, and I saw in the Premier League. I would actually have to say it's Ben Arfa, you know.
Wow.
Anyone in recent times that you can think of, like really like with all the
Olise.
like a real bag of tricks kind of.
Olise was one of them also.
Yeah?
He was quite good. Olise he was quite good.
Yeah.
You see him at Bayern now, he's also doing the same thing.
Yeah, but was it like at the same level as he was? Like you felt like he was doing it.
He's quite skillful. He was quite
Yeah.
skillful.
Okay, maybe So like I feel like there's a handful whereas like in some of the other leagues, like it's quite, I won't say it's very common, but like you see more coming out of these sort of things.
Yeah.
Like even Sancho, right? Like for Dortmund, you see the way he
dribbles,
the way he takes and does his tricks and stuff. But when you talk about like Anthony, I feel like a different level. Like there's that Brazilian flair, you know, where they like to do all those like rainbows. Like he always say this quote that he used to rainbow flick the drug dealers and nutmeg whoever not, and like you know, all this kind of stuff. But like even Neymar, for example, I think like it's one of the best examples, right? Like if Neymar was in the Premier League, even at his prime, like would he have worked out? Like I don't know, because I feel like in the Premier League, right, there's first and foremost, there's not much time for you on the ball. Right, that's one. And two is people are just way more aggressive lah. Like he would have probably gotten injured
many times,
way more, and he probably would have had his career ended by now. I don't know, maybe. But I'm happy for him, Anthony, honestly, to be in Betis. I feel like maybe it's also a culture thing. I don't know, like
maybe
language wise, you know, to fit into the place, feel more comfortable. Psychologically, I think it does a lot for a player as well. When you feel like you're just in a place where it's a lot easier. Even like for, I'm sure like English as a main language is very difficult for Brazilians to like kind of like really pick up and learn. Like that's already a huge like barrier to a lot of them like feeling comfortable here. So yeah, I'm happy for Anthony, but it still sucks like to see that our players like they have the potential, you know. Especially his most recent goal, the volley.
That was him goal.
And then he backflipped. You see, he did a backflip.
Wait, he did?
Yeah, his celebration was a backflip. Like the kind of.
Yeah. So the worst part is all the footage of the goal. They only showed that he was running here.
I saw him run.
And he was celebrating. So actually, he did a backflip before that.
Right.
Then he did a little celebration. Okay, he kind of tumbled a little bit like when he landed, it wasn't very smooth, not like Nani smooth. But he did a backflip. We went from the Anthony, bro. We went from the Anthony who was tripping and he scored and he took out a Sonic Hedgehog to Anthony who is scoring a first time volley like that from the outside the corner box to doing a backflip celebration. Like, it's crazy,
I give it to you. That shit was fire. That was quite mad. Which makes me actually wonder, like, is United the problem? Because, like, I'm going back to what you mentioned earlier about some people saying United is where good players come to die. Unfortunately, it feels like that. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like, I gotta ask myself, is it the players? I can't put my finger on that. Is it the coach? No, we've had Eric Ten Hag and our Amorim who are honestly in their own right managers who have achieved accreditation in their own right. And then so what's going on at United? You know, it makes me wonder if there's a deeper
problem here.
Deeper problem. It's like, could it be Ineos? Could it be the Glazers? Like, I can't help but wonder. The only thing consistent throughout this whole
is the Glazers, right?
Yeah, it's since
that's a constant, right?
Yeah, it's like since Fergie's departure, it's just
constant.
that's the only thing.
It's like algebra, bro. You know, like that constant that affects the equation. But like, you know, if you really tell me like it's the Glazers, I mean, at least from a fan's perspective, I think the involvement of the Glazers would just be, or at least this is how the view that we would take is that we just want to see. We don't really care about how you run it as a business, lah. For the fans, is we want the results, right? And the only thing that the Glazers, I feel, can do is, in terms of involvement, is to sanction transfers and the amount of financial backing they give to the club, lah. Which, like, to be really honest, I mean, in recent times, I mean, the last season or two, I can see that they're quite tight about like the amount of money that they're spending, then the way like Radcliffe is like supposedly firing people and stuff and all that. I can see that. But like in the earlier parts of the season, I felt like they were not afraid to spend relatively big, lah. Like if you told me to spend 80 million for Anthony and stuff like Ten Hag, he didn't get all the signings he wanted, but the number of signings. So Delict came in, Anthony came in, Onana also came in. Mazraoui was not a free, Mazraoui wasn't a free. Mazraoui was also a paid transfer. So like, I feel like all these kind of signings that were made, it doesn't, like, I don't think any other club would have spent nearly as much money as we did and failed on their transfers. Like, they had that amount of money, they would probably put it to decent use, So, I don't really know whether it's a case whereby the managers are just bringing in players hoping that they will be able to implement their system from previous clubs into this club. But it's not really happening that. It's not really having that effect because, I mean, in order for a team to have a full system, you need to have a set of 11 players. Right? You cannot just be like, okay, Gyökeres is my main man. So now if Amorim gets Gyökeres, we're not going to be firing 30 goals per season straight away. Or it's not going to happen. So like, I really don't know. And it's funny that you mentioned, so like, what exactly is the problem with Man U right now? I don't think any of us can tell because like, you've had so many coaches and like you said, they are not nobodies. Right? They're really not nobodies. They're players, they're the coaches who seem to know what they're doing, or in other leagues they've been getting results and stuff. It's just baffling. It's just baffling at this point. So I guess we can only fingers crossed that we are tiding through a rough period with Amorim. The only thing I would say is a saving grace is every other manager had a period where they had a like positive bounce of results before it started taking a turn. I saw this post on Instagram. It was actually a YouTube video actually, and it's like a reel. And guy was going on a rant saying that Amorim has like the lowest win rate among the past, basically all the past managers from David Moyes all the way till now in X number of games. Like it was like drastically, like every manager in total had like about a 51-52% like win ratio, so winning more than half their games.
How low was Amorim's?
Amorim's was like in the 30s,
Wow.
Yeah, which was quite weird, which it didn't seem to be the case. But to me, I thought of it from a different angle. I was like, maybe in a way it's good that he's starting off this way. Because like for most of the managers, the problem is by the time they start losing, we've kind of started, like they've already been in for quite a while, and we start to see that decline. So maybe this is actually like a reverse, like starting on the low and then gradually, if we give time, maybe we go on a climb. It's possible. So. Yeah.
Kind of frustrating, isn't it? Like it feels like we are back. Like so all these years, we've tried we changed managers, we changed shit ton of players, we changed everything in the back rooms and everything, but then still But hopefully with things they improve lah. But that's all for Anthony. The next other transfer we had out this season was actually Rashford. Now that was a pretty
ugly one actually, if you ask me. Like ugly in the way that it happened, right? Because clearly there was some issue between him and Amorim. There was definitely an issue between them.
Tension.
But to be fair, they were both I felt like they were both quite professional.
Yeah, they were still quite professional about it.
Like they didn't. Rashford never shared on United, and then Amorim never
Yeah.
like Amorim was very stern about saying that if Rashford wants back in the team, it's just about his conduct. Right? So I knew that there was an issue between the two of them.
Yeah.
But I think what really pissed me off was the fact that we just never replaced them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think when it happened, I was so sure that at least we will get someone. Like I'm not even talking like we need to get like Rafael Leao kind of player who's like top of the world kind of winger or whatever. Like someone, like just anyone, like you know. I mean, it may not be the right approach, but to me, it's at least you need depth in the squad. But now when season ended, we were relying on two wingers only. We had Garnacho and Ahmad, and now Ahmad is gone for the whole season. So that leaves us with only one winger, lah.
Yeah.
And then
Thoughts?
I have no idea, man. We are just fucked.
Okay, and to add on to whatever they said, our injury list is ever increasing.
I think Luke Shaw is still there, right?
No, Luke Shaw was like supposed to be back in action, right? But then I think the build up towards getting back into action, he got like a recurring injury, or even kind of aggravated some.
Yeah.
And then he had to go back.
Our three.
He's the new Malasia.
Yeah.
I mean, Malaysia has gone last, sadly. That guy. No, but as you said, the injury listing is also another issue, because I think Ahmad's injury, Ugate's injury, and Mainu's injury were all during training week.
Yep.
Which made a lot of people ask, what the hell is going on in trainings? Like, are they like sparring, or like are they doing like some MMA type shit or what in training? Like, I get it, like, you know, players get injured, but this is bad. Like,
you have not to this extent.
Yeah, to this extent, I feel like this shouldn't be happening. Yes, you gotta train hard, I guess, but are the players it's either one of two things. I feel either the players are being really overworked to the point they have all these muscular injuries that come up. But Ahmad's one, sounds to me like just a very unfortunate thing, because it's a season-ending ankle injury. So that one really cannot do anything about it. But like Mainu, my biggest fear is that he has just been overworked as a young player. That is what I feel is the biggest fear that I have in Man U. And right now we are relying on Garnacho to do that.
Correct.
All his compatriots are getting injured. Soon he will join them, and then
we are fucked again.
We'll have Johnny Evans on the left wing, bro. I swear to God. Like, I mean, it's just bad. I don't think any 16, 17, or even 18-year-old should be playing that much, that frequently, and like even when people say like, Ronaldo was really young and was playing at United, but that was a properly functioning United team, where it was like a full system, everybody was working hard. He had Rooney with him, it's cool. But here you expect Garnacho to be like the one-man carry of the United team. Like, we celebrated Garnacho not leaving, like as though we signed someone huge like that. Like, how can the person who was rumoured and quite heavily rumoured to leave Man U, I'm quite sure it was quite close. There was definitely concrete talks about it. I don't understand how we can go from someone potentially leaving the club to being the highlight of your transfer window. Like, that is a new low, man. That's like a really new low for us.
Yeah. I think the most recent Spurs game as well, he missed quite a number of chances.
He missed that.
You guys know exactly what I'm talking about, but so to have that, wow, the lack of attacking options is seriously.
But the thing is, looking back, because the thing is, to put ourselves in Garnacho's shoes, it's actually quite bad also. It's like, it was that one opportunity where he messed it up and everybody all kept talking about it, right? But if you compare it to the past, right? Because we could get in those positions so many times that even though if we miss, right, it's okay. They'll just go, they'll do it again.
Yeah, he probably scored 2 out of 10 chances, right?
Then they'll probably like laugh about it, what you missed. But it's because we just don't create enough chances, right? And then that vital opportunity is just like very heavily highlighted. And it may affect his confidence also.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so like I think there were at halftime, right? During the halftime show, there was actually a debate between I think it was Michael Owen was one of them who was giving his. No, sorry, it was Berbatov. Berbatov was on the panel. So they were asking Berbatov of his opinion on what happened with Garnacho there. And then basically the panel had very conflicting opinions. So Berbatov was basically trying to say that, like these things happen as a striker, like, like you can see his idea was to put it far post, which is the right idea, but like maybe there was a little bounce, or like he leaned back a bit too much and then he got the ball too high. But the contrasting opinion was that it was quite interesting, and it was that he was afraid. There was like a lot of fear in him, and I was like, okay. And then the rationale was like, when he was in that position, right, it's like he thought to himself like, like everything that's happening in Man U right now is on his shoulders also.
Correct.
Like it's like a lot of pressure, right? And it's kind of like when you have that thought as a striker, or like even as a professional, like when you're playing your sport, you have to be like really in your zone. Like when you have this kind of distraction, this kind of fear or second guesses,
cloud your judgment.
Cloud your judgment, and you really just mess it up because you're not focused. So like you see like most of those. Okay, I don't want to use the word lower teams because we are apparently a lower team right now. But like most of the other games, even like you play like a team like okay, we play against West Ham or Bournemouth, any team in the Premier League. I can tell you for a fact like I've not seen any of their players miss a chance like that when it's happening.
Because there's no pressure.
Yeah, it feels like almost like for them it's like they are in their zone. They're like, hey, I'm a professional player. Like that's what you are being paid to do, man. Like So I feel like it's sad that he's remembered for that because otherwise I felt like he still did a lot. He tried a lot of things like I took a shot, almost scored, all that. But it still feels to me like something that you cannot miss lah. This kind of chance.
Actually, talking about it do you see about the Sancho comment on the
Freedom.
restaurant, the freedom thing, right?
Yeah.
So actually Ferdinand reacted to it lah. Like he actually released a video lah. He was saying that for someone like Sancho to say that kind of thing, right, really just shows how bad or how low his mindset is right? And he actually shows that not everybody can play for United because there's actually that pressure. Most of these players, right, like they cannot perform under this pressure. And if any slight chance of them to leave to get rid of the pressure, right, they'll just take it. Like Sancho probably like he didn't want to work hard because of risk of injury or I don't know some other things, right? Because I remember I think under Ten Hag in his first season, like he had a 3 or 4 months break, right?
He had a period of time when
like
he was out.
Nobody judged him or anything. Like when he came back, everybody was very happy. But when he didn't perform, then everybody like the pressure came back, and then
and then he had to go and sit alone in the dressing room or couldn't go to the first team.
That's why it's like players that like Maguire that you really have to respect. For how much he was meme, but yet for him to score the winner against Leicester and all this, right? Like it really just imagine like getting the captaincy stripped off you and then playing the bench for half or even more than half a season, right?
Roller coaster, man.
Just coming back to the first.
No, like I think I agree 100%. Maguire is whatever said and done, full respect because he's a true professional. And you can really see that in him also, like the way he carries himself, even when he was off captaincy, right? Of course, I can imagine it's a very disappointing thing to go through personally, and to have everybody at that point in time memeing you, as you said, social media, everybody's trolling you, but like publicly, he still holds that thing to say that it's like an honor to play for the club. He will still give his all. Most important thing for the team to do well, which is like wow, like rather than some players coming out and saying like like finally like freedom and all this stuff. And I say that with heavy heart because like as I said, I really adore Sancho as a player when he was in Dortmund, and I hope that things will work out. But it's even more shitty because he's technically still a United player.
He's
on loan. He hasn't joined Chelsea permanently yet. There's a clause that Chelsea have to finish above 14th or 13th in the league, is it?
No, top half. If they say wait, what was your?
I think it was 13 or 14. There's like a position in the table that they're supposed to. If they finish above this position, they are obliged to buy Sancho from United for 30 million.
I think it was top half.
So there's apparently a position finish in their clause, and I saw this post from a Chelsea fan on Instagram saying that now that top 4 seems to be gone, let's just fuck the season and just drop below that position so that we don't have to buy Sancho.
Correct.
And there's even talks that the board themselves are like kind of regretting the decision to take Sancho into the club. So, I mean,
unlikely though. On paper right now, there are 6 at the time of this recording. So from 6 to 13 is quite a big drop lah. I don't think they will. But
it will save them about 30 million or something, whatever the fee that they have agreed for Sancho to be. But it's quite sad. Like, can you imagine you need to pay 30 million for something that you don't want, and you're gonna have to get rid of this. Like, wow, this is not a good position to be in. But okay, I mean that's Chelsea's issue to sort out lah. I don't think I really don't think it'll be that hard because I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi came in and offer for him lah. Like for them, it's really more of like a branding thing also lah. You get a player who is like, and he can go there and do all his tricks and skills and whatnot, and make it seem
true freedom is right there.
Yeah, he's true freedom. That's a good one.
Show me.
Well, I guess before we just wrap off this one, we'll go back to Rashford. I think it's a good move for him though. I really think it's a good move for him, man. I mean, he himself said that his chapter at United was like, I mean, it's very memorable to him, and he's so kind of very respectfully put it across that it's time for a change lah.
If he does well in Villa, will you all take him back?
I don't think he wants to come back though. Even if
if it was really just my decision, then obviously I would say. Actually, you know what? Nah, I would say no.
Yeah.
I think like some books are better left closed. Like you don't want to reopen the book and revisit the chapter again. Like I feel like the problem is that if he comes back to United, then there'll be expectations that he's going to bring that form back to us, or he's going to play like prime Rashford, like lockdown Rashford, which is a bit hard to expect on him. And he's 27, 28. He's turning 28 this year. Yeah. Or is he already 28? I'm not sure if he already turned 28, but probably not.
He's 27.
27, 28. Yeah, 28 this year. So there's also not a lot of time left in terms of like his progression, and I think he has ambitions obviously to get back to England and all that kind of stuff. No, I think Aston Villa will be a good club for him because they are doing well.
Yeah, the Champions League.
Yeah, the Champions League, exactly. That's Champions League football.
Must be nice.
Yeah, wonder what that feels like. But yeah, good move for him. I also think it's a good move for the club in general. Wouldn't hold our players back from leaving. He's been here for a long time. Doesn't seem to be finding his feet again.
Yeah. Honestly, to me, I think like for the two people, both Rashford and Anthony, I don't know if he'll come back but honestly,
I think Anthony would. I think he will come back.
Because I think he felt like, at least looking at his performance in Betis now, feels like he personally feels like he was in chains now he's just like
he's just like released, right? Like he's just unchained.
Yeah.
There's no buyback clause or obligation to buy from Betis, but I wouldn't be surprised if they came in with a bid for him. If he continues this form obviously, because
it makes sense
Yeah. I mean, I anticipate that he might get La Liga Player of the Month for.
He
probably might.
He may.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that. And I think actually the one thing about Anthony, right? Like, and I'm not dissing him, it's just I found it quite funny the other day. Like every time Anthony has a game where he does something nice, right? I always notice that he'll have 3 or 4 reposts on Instagram of that same moment, And like one of my friends told me, it's not he has already hired his own professional photographer to take videos of him during the game. So like I think it's like every game, right, the videographer is like videoing him, and capture and trim out all those really nice moments, right? Then he'll post it on Instagram. So like that day morning I woke up after he scored the volley. I saw it was like he just keeps reposting everything, every post. Then it's like, it's like damn funny. It was really damn funny when I saw it.
You didn't have highlights in United as well.
They didn't have much, bro. But well, if he gets player of the month, I think he'll be posting for a month, bro. Like one month he'll be reposting. But it'll do him a lot of favors, I mean, you're a young guy. He's still really young, and I feel like that could be a huge boost that he needs for his career also, So happy for him.
How do you guys feel about the overall transfer window though?
Shit honestly, it's just
it was very bad.
It's just one word really, bro.
Yeah.
It's shit, like
2 attackers out, 0 attackers in there.
Yeah.
That's not good for us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Patrick Dorgu, interesting thing was when we got him, our first game he was played as a right. He was played on the right wing back, which a lot of people were like, that's quite messed up, right? Like we've been screaming for our left back for so long. Dalot has been seemingly covering that position. So finally when we get a left back, we still chuck Dalot at the left and play Dorgu at the right. I mean, I wouldn't say there was some reason for it tactically. I mean, that's what every manager would say.
Fullback nonsense.
You couldn't come and you wouldn't want to just say you know what, actually he's not a very good player, or he's better on the right, but we thought he was a left wing back. Like you would just say that tactically it made more sense. But okay, maybe there was some tactics that we can't really see at that level, he's able to see it. But I mean, to be fair, I've not really watched him much before, so I think any of them
not really
seen.
But the first game, that was his first game as the left back, right, for us. He played well.
I think he played okay.
Like he did get some balls inside the box.
It's
just that there's nobody there to.
So I did see that attacking intent and looks a lot more comfortable going forward compared to Dalot.
Because Dalot always has to shift to his right leg to cross it.
Correct.
And that wastes a few seconds already.
Exactly. Hey, but Dalot actually had a decent chance against Spurs, Like he was on the right side. I don't know how he ended on the right side of the penalty box. Sounds like, Dalot, my god. But the one thing I would say with that guy is, what do you expect him to do? Like really, what do you expect him to do, right? Like the one guy, like is he really going to make that much of a difference? And he's young. And I'll be very honest with you, I didn't really know much about him. I watched some highlights, he seemed quite good, so I said, okay, maybe we have somebody on our hands. Then I went to play FIFA, right? So I go and buy FC25, bro. What a new FC25, bro. After so long of contemplating. Then I went to menu squad and I saw that his overall was like 67, bro. Like, that was like, huh? He's a 67. Like, I expected a 75 or a 76 at least, but he's a 67. Like, is he really a 67?
Hidden talents.
Yeah, I would really legitimately hope like he has a good season and a breakthrough. But apart from him, nobody else, right? I mean, we have some youngsters, right? Heaven.
The Arsenal centre back. Well, honestly, I don't even know how he is.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah. Heaven, welcome to hell. I mean, they were all. He was on the bench for Spurs game because we don't have anybody else to fill in our freaking bench.
Yeah.
But they say the bench was only Victor Lindelof was the only one with experience.
Yeah, the rest of them were all like good players. Yeah,
ridiculous.
And it was damn funny. I saw on Instagram they're saying, "Wow, look at United's bench. There's so much talent." Yeah, stacked with talent. I'm like, bro, please, like,
let's filling up the numbers only.
Yeah, man. Like really, like, ayo, it is not good. The one that I find very strange is actually Harry Amas.
Yeah.
Harry Amas, when in pre-season, right, he was damn good.
Yeah.
He was super good. We had Alvaro Fernandez before that, the guy who's now playing for Benfica. I thought that guy would get a chance to serve United, but no, they chucked him away.
Didn't give him any chance.
Yeah, he got chucked away. Then Harry Amas was damn good under Ten Hag. Season started, he went MIA. Like, I don't know where the hell he went. Like, why he wasn't given a chance to play, I don't know. And then now we've ended up with this guy. So it feels a bit strange here. I really don't know. Maybe okay. Maybe you tell me that Harry Amas doesn't fit a left wing back system. I don't know. Maybe not. But Alvaro Fernandez is thriving in left wing back.
Yeah.
So maybe kind of comes back to that whole issue of what's going on in the club as well. Like the way decisions are being made, like it just seems to be a bit off. Like it seems like you have so many talented individuals at your disposal, but you get rid of them just to bring in other people who don't perform well. And then now we'll probably end up paying like 50-60 million to Benfica next season to say that we need Alvaro Fernandez back.
But I thought we bought one left back already.
Oh yeah,
There's another left back.
Yeah. It's the Paraguayan guy, the young guy.
Agreed. And then he'll come in end season.
Yeah, he looks like a little tank, I have to give it to him.
So I don't.
How old is he?
He's young. I think he's 18 or something.
So
like
I don't really understand the whole Dogu transfer, to be honest. I mean,
the future is bright, boys. The future is bright. We got this.
We need a left back.
How long have I?
About 10 years, bro. We give you another 10 years time, you will see them in their full potential, bro.
So painful.
Yeah, but sum up transfer window, I think shit.
Yeah, pretty shit.
Attacking wise, and it really just infuriated me when Ahmad's out for the whole season, and now we are just stuck with Garnacho.
Yeah, I know it's a January transfer window, but like even so, like for the amount of outs he had.
Correct. At the very least, what I would expect from now on is that we at least see some of the youth players being consistently played, like get them into the team and let them play already. Because there's nothing to lose. Don't come and tell me that Garnacho is way better than you, so you need to sit on the bench and learn from him. Like, just try at this point.
Yeah.
You have to just try. There's nothing to lose. There's nothing more to lose. Okay, apart from the fact that we might get relegated, but if that's meant to happen, so let it be, Honestly, if that's meant to happen, so let it be, Like really.
Yeah.
Goodness, at this point, I can't believe I'm saying this, but.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. Watching
I
championship
don't think we
football.
will. Right below us is West Ham. West Ham next game is against Arsenal, so I think we should be safe
You just watch it.
for now.
Can you imagine if they actually get relegated and not get promoted next year?
Wow. I'm gonna throw hands there.
Wow, that's gonna be tough. It's never even crossed my mind. Like the possibility of Man U being relegated has never really crossed my mind until now, which is a real possibility. Mind you.
Possible.
Yeah, we also got the teams that are below us actually. If you really look at it, West Ham, Wolves, Ipswich,
Leicester.
and Leicester. One more.
Southampton.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, Southampton is going down.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure. Although
Yeah.
it just seems like they're in like a rut. Like it's just not working out for them. But Ipswich, right, feels like one of those teams. Even the first time we played Ipswich, so it was a draw.
Struggle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
we
it was
drew
draw.
Ipswich.
Amorim's first game, right?
Yeah, Wolves hammered us. Every single time we play with Wolves, we just.
Wait, Wolves is below us.
Wolves is below us. I can't believe it.
10 points.
Cunha's like scoring goals left, right, centre, everywhere, but it's still
To be
below
honest,
us.
okay, the bottom teams: West Ham, Wolves, Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton.
Yeah.
These 5 teams.
Yeah.
I honestly think that West Ham, Wolves, and Leicester can do better than us.
I would.
Yeah.
They could do better than us, mind you. Yeah. And.
I don't understand how it's Wolves below. I thought Cunha was doing well.
Yeah, Cunha's damn good. Cunha's really damn good.
It's like scoring, but then the defense is just shit.
That's why I was so surprised when I realised that Wolves are actually below us.
The Wolves' most recent form is out of 5 games, they've lost 3, only won 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so not the best form.
It's a shame. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think the general trend is the teams at the bottom 5 teams. I had to include Man U there. The bottom 5 teams generally, I feel that this will be the problem with them. And it's very sad to see the United in this situation where we can't consistently find form.
Yeah.
Like, okay, there's a difference, like I'll say, right, there's a difference between, like, let's take a game like Ipswich where we draw against Ipswich. Right? If you tell me it's the kind of game that we play, okay, take Liverpool and Everton for example. Liverpool drew with Everton.
Yeah.
No big deal. Because to me, Liverpool had the win in the bag, and then just because the game was delayed for longer than it was supposed to go on, there was a lot of protests and so on. But Everton managed to pull off a good result. It was a good game. But Liverpool, to me, were like in the driver's seat. They were in the driver's seat. But for all the games that Man U have drawn against these sort of teams also, it's never looked convincing that we were going to win.
Right.
We will kind of take like, wow, thank goodness it was a draw.
Yeah.
Which is very, very dangerous. It's not supposed to be that way, right? So it's really, really not supposed to be that way. So
it shouldn't be a thank goodness.
Yeah, exactly. It should be like a shit, no, we drew the game, we should have won this. Like all these times I've seen the opponents coming close and like we'll have a near scare of almost losing the game at the end and be like I do feel we actually belong for how we are playing, we actually do belong where we're at. Just fingers crossed that we don't end up dropping below.
Well, if we do get regulated, thank you for watching this podcast.
No, we'll definitely talk about championship football a lot more.
My goodness, you can just check it out already. But hopefully to better standings.
Well, it's the next 3 games, so hopefully we will see some positives come up from there.
Predictions for next games?
Okay.
Everton, tough game, I feel.
I think 2-0 loss, to be honest.
Well, that's gonna sting
I think
if that
2-0
happens.
loss.
Yeah, that's gonna sting really bad.
Yeah, Everton is right above us, so that's...
I feel for the way Everton is playing, we'll have it tough. And given the fact that our injuries are,
Honestly, not that you mentioned we struggled against Ipswich. Right after Everton is Ipswich again, and I think like...
We're screwed.
I don't have high hopes honestly. I can't believe struggling against like not even a mid-table team. It's like right down at the bottom. I can't believe I'm not confident that we'll perform well.
I feel like that Ipswich game would be the most like important game in kind of benchmarking where United's gonna end the season really. Because I feel with the injuries that we have, and most of them long term, Martinez is out long term. Ahmad is gone, right? Actually, I don't know how long Mainu and Ugarte are going to be out for, but I feel like these 2-3 games are like big important games. Like on the outside, it may just seem like a normal fixture, but for us, I feel it is going to be like
huge.
It's really huge. It's going to be very, very decisive. Basically, it's going to direct the rest of our season really Because honestly, if we end up losing these Everton, Ipswich, and Fulham as we have listed out, I think confidence will just go. It'll just be gone we'll just hit rock bottom and looks like just go down from there It looks like almost at this point we are just fingers crossed that the teams below us lose to the teams above us so that we stay afloat.
How low we've become, man.
But at the end of the day, they always say we have to stick with our team through the highs and the lows.
I think we stuck around quite a bit already.
We stuck around for longer than we would like to, but
well, if you get relegated, it's a new low. Like all these years, that's
It'll be fun though. To be honest.
Maybe like a new dimension to being a Manchester United fan, right? Which
oh my goodness!
The amount of shit we're gonna get from every person out there who is a non-Man U fan, Liverpool fan, Arsenal fan. Oh my god!
If they say the jersey you buy must have the championship badge,
Oh my god!
Please don't. Well, for all you
know, can you imagine what would happen if let's say we get relegated to the championship, right? Then we win the championship, and then Arsenal still haven't won the Premier League. Then we look at
probable man.
we got another trophy. Right now, still
I don't think that's a healthy comparison. I wouldn't want to win the championship just to be compared to Arsenal who hasn't won the league.
Isn't that Leicester? They won the league and they went to the championship.
Leicester won the league, went to the freaking championship.
They won the championship
What a way to add to your traffic. Actually, Spurs should consider break this curse and just start everybody to shut up because they got a trophy already.
They're
out of the FA Cup also.
Spurs were knocked out, Liverpool, right? Liverpool took them out. So Fulham, right? FA Cup Fulham, just to end off in terms of our fixture predictions. This is a
FA Cup.
Wait, we played Fulham the last round was the Premier League 1-0 win, right? Okay, so
I think they'll win that game, the FA Cup. They seem to play very well in cup games.
I feel I will still say that Everton to me would probably be either a 1-0 or a 1-1. To me, okay, I'm going to actually be a bit optimistic and say we're going to lose 1-0. Not 2-0, not 3-0. Let's call it being optimistic. Alright, I wanted to say we'll draw 1-1, but I realised that I don't think we have the attacking threat to score. So, I would say I think we're going to lose 1-0 to Everton. Ipswich as
Any predictions?
this was a 2-0
2-0
bro.
loss.
You said we're gonna lose 2-0.
You?
Are you gonna up the stakes and say 3-0? I'm like,
One Man United win.
okay. I mean we need that, right? Some refreshing perspective, right? So, wow.
I can only hope.
I mean we all hope lah, I think, right? But let's see, yeah.
You guys are too realistic, man.
Ipswich. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take an unpopular take. I think Ipswich might be a comfortable win for us.
Same.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we pull off a.
I think we have 3-0 win.
I want to say nil, but I don't think Onana will do us a nil. Like, I feel like it won't be a nil.
Ipswich's current form is 3 loss, 1 win, 1 draw.
Yeah.
So I think it will change by the time that match is in session. But
Okay.
yeah, I guess.
3-0 win. Ipswich.
I was gonna say 3 goals for us, but I think 3-1. I would say 3-1.
Mm,
3-1, yeah.
yeah.
Joel?
Yeah, 2-0.
2-0 United
to
as
win.
well?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the same page there.
FA Cup, I don't even want to try and be positive at all.
They're gonna win on penalties.
Oh my god.
Wait, is there 2 legs or is it 1 leg?
Should be single leg.
Single
Yeah,
leg,
yeah.
win
Yeah,
on
yeah,
penalties.
Wow.
I'm not going to guess, I'm just going to say we're going to win and then just keep it as that.
Yeah.
If we get it, we get it. If not, then
Mm.
yeah. But yeah, I think that's all we have.
Yep. One more thing, most recently that I saw, and I think we can conclude it with this. Rumors of Pogba coming back to United.
Alright.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. So,
Honestly,
yeah.
if he comes back and really just drag United by the balls back to the top of the league and holy shit, he can be seen as a legend, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he does it, of course, like, I think that's it.
But do we need him?
Okay, yeah. So the question I was going to try to pose is like, do you all feel realistically Pogba would be a
And by the way, he
viable
can only play
option?
football from March onwards.
Yeah, we should.
Soon.
Which is-
We're almost there.
Almost there.
Okay, we all take him back.
Will you take him back?
Honestly, if you ask me, I would. I don't know. I feel okay given our current squad's depth or lack of.
Yeah.
If we can't sign anybody else, sure, probably we'll take him back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if we are able to attract talent, younger talent especially, I think we should give them a chance.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Yeah, that's my thoughts.
okay, we'll lay out the few things before we get to Irving's opinion. So Pogba has been out of action for a very, very long time.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's a given.
Yeah.
And he has a track record of injury, right? So
Fair.
that is another thing to consider. How fit he is right now, we don't know. I mean, I was seeing some videos of him in training programs and stuff. Hopefully, hopefully over this time being away from football, he has had time to really properly do rehab and recover from whatever injuries have been plaguing him, or and stuff like that. But of course, there's a risk that when he comes back to playing professionally, he will just reignite these injuries again.
Yeah.
But on a positive note, he is not on any contract, so he comes for free.
Yeah.
Which means the only thing that we need to talk about now are wages. That's the only thing that Man U needs to pay for. And Man U have openly admitted that they are in a financially shitty position, that they cannot afford to splurge money on players.
Yep.
Yeah.
So given the fact that, as you said, injury crisis that we don't have a lot of fit players. And what else was there to consider about Pogba coming back?
Honestly, most recently, you guys were mentioning he posted the thing. I think he has that as a signal of interest.
Yeah.
Or
Ahmad, he posted that
yeah.
thing, right? So he's just randomly very cryptic Instagram post.
Inserts post here.
There was a new post he said.
Yeah,
New post also. I think last night it says I'm coming back.
Oh, did he?
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, he said something like that? Wow.
Insert post here.
Okay.
On his Instagram.
We'll show you the screenshot.
Oh,
in a bit.
okay. I didn't see that one. So
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
this is like when you say POGBACK.
Not bad.
Now,
Then
okay, he's
I'm coming back and then the hair is on the top.
the hair with the two eyes. Oh, the hair is the top comment.
Yeah. But the thing is, I feel that a lot of people were saying that he's trying to send a message that he's coming back to United, but I feel that I think he's just coming back to playing football.
Yeah, that's the possible way of
Yeah.
it. No, I'll tell you for a fact. I'm sure Pogba knows, right, that this is the way that people interpret it, right? But he likes this kind of natural thing, lah. But let's face it.
Yeah.
On his day, if he finds his form, this is a player who is really unplayable. Like he's unplayable meaning like nobody else keeps up with him, I feel. Really on a different level kind.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because I believe, right, this whole system will be quite new to the roles that he has been playing in the past few seasons, like being in France or in United for that matter. But when he went to Juventus for the first time on like from United, when he first went to Juventus, right, I believe Juventus was employing a back three.
I think so also.
Yeah, and
if I recall.
So
Okay.
I might be wrong here, but it does feel to me like he could fit into a back three system. So it just depends how the midfield is organized at this point.
Yeah.
And given that we have no wingers, right, I think a potential would be Bruno would probably be the one to fill in that role on paper, the wing position. But obviously he will drift much more inwards to be a bit more of like an attacking mid rather than a winger, which means your fullback needs to do a bit more work. But that kind of opens up a space in midfield because Eriksen is leaving. Just confirmed yesterday that Eriksen is leaving. Midfield options we don't really have much. So Mainu, Ugarte, Casemiro. Completely forgot Casemiro.
But
He's staying.
I don't think
Casemiro,
yeah.
Casemiro feels like the kind of player who you want to keep, like, you know, just rotate him and like play him like
for
like FA Cup or whatever kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't want to rely on him too much also. Collier is another interesting shout because I think he's very good, plays very well. But same thing, like once again, I don't think it's healthy for a player that young to be really pushed and played so much. Yeah, and Mainu I think is starting to show signs of fatigue that way already. It's just having rotation also, right? Midfield. I think we need more options. Mount is gone.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, let's not forget Mount is an injury list, sadly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's gone.
Into oblivion.
So yeah, there is space for him, technically. But
fair.
The number 10 is vacant.
wow, number 10.
He was number 10 for Juventus, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe who knows, he can finally find Højlund. Somebody can finally find Højlund.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's possible.
He can.
Honestly, I really feel that.
So I feel like the problem right now is for Man U in terms of creating options is Bruno is like the only creator.
Correct.
And he will be because Ahmad is gone now, right? Yeah. So like what they always do is like it seems like Ugarte and Mainu is the kind that to bring the ball out from defense into the attack. Then you find Bruno. Then Bruno needs to make things happen. Like Bruno needs to play the final pass and so on. But like for Pogba, I think the nice thing was like he'll pick up the ball from like the defensive third, and then from nothing he will just switch one pass and we are on the attack already. Like I feel like it could work but that said, this is like the fairy tale that we live in, that Pogba is going to come back and be fit and he's going to be smashing the balls left, right, here and there. But why I feel that I would give it a shot is because what do you really have to lose here? Like you're not spending money, right?
Actually, you're right.
That's one of the biggest things for me. To me, if you told me that I have to spend money to get him, or if he's going to demand like 300k wages a week or whatever, no thank you. Because I think he also needs to kind of taper his expectations and realize that he's coming back. And I think what he's also kind of looking for is like at that certain point in time where he felt he was on top of the world, right? I think he felt that I want Real Madrid, I want Barcelona, I want like the top clubs. But I think right now he kind of realizes that he would be thankful to be back in football.
Correct.
You know? Yeah. So if he is willing to come back to Man U, right? Like legitimately, if he's willing to come back to Man U, I wouldn't mind taking him back into the team. Yeah, that's my view.
Thoughts?
I will bring him.
POGBACK, let's go, guys. POGBACK.
Now that you mentioned the current financial situation.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing.
And the thing about it, the last time, no, not say the last time, Bruno actually played very, very well when Pogba was there.
Yeah, Bruno and Pogba had a very good relationship. They had a very nice relationship with each other.
The Pogba-Bruno combo was there.
That was some time ago. Yeah.
But it's just that like during that period we just didn't realize it. We watched back to all those videos. They actually did well, very good.
Yeah. So
rush hour.
But I guess that's all we have this week.
Yeah.
But thank you for tuning in to the United Untied podcast. Please let us know your comments below. Did you agree with any of our points? Or did you disagree? Or did we miss out any, hot takes? Let us know and we'll catch you in the next episode. See you guys.